Good afternoon. My name is Harmon, and I am standing before you today not because I want to blab on for the next 4 or 5 minutes on a topic that isn't even relevant to you, during which I have none of your attention, giving you a complete waste of 4 or 5 minutes of your life, but rather, I am here today because I have a message. A message that obviously means something to me, and I believe that it could have an impact on you, your life, and your style of leadership, but not if you don't listen. So I appreciate you taking the time to listen to absorb, and to truly consider my message. The second of the FBLA goals states to strengthen the confidence of students in themselves and in their work. 3 other goals start with the words to encourage students. Strengthening confidence, encouraging students, these are things that we must be doing for and to each other. In a great way, leadership is simply extending that caring, helping hand to those that are beside you. In the business world, there's a very famous quote, and that is, to lead others, use your heart, while you use your head to lead yourself. You cannot expect to move someone to action unless you have previously moved them emotionally. At this point, some of you may be wondering, what is the connection between caring for someone and encouraging them and strengthening their confidence? To answer that question, I want to share with you a simple story. This is a story of a friend of mine that I met about a year ago in the community theater. This is a friend of mine who's very interesting, to say it nicely, a very different person, but he's also very kind, very nice person. One day after practice, he walked up to me with this small cardboard box and said, "Caleb, this is for you." I took the box and I said, "Thanks." He said, "Don't thank me yet." Before I could ask him what he meant by that, he of course turned around and ran off and joined his family in the car, and they drove home. And so I'm standing there with this box, just wondering what this is for. And so I can see on this box that it obviously at one point was used as shipping an object, because there's a shipping label on there, just scribbled out with permanent mark, and beneath that is written Caleb. So I open the box and I pull out a small black deflated balloon. I stand there and wonder, what is this for? And my initial thought was, is this what he thinks I'm worth? Didn't even take the time to blow it up for me. And so I thought about it for a few more seconds, then I just got bored with it. Put it back in that box, closed the box, and drove home. When I got home, that box went right on my shelf. I did nothing with it until a few hours later. I was sitting on my bed, and that box caught the corner of my eye, and it also caught my attention. My curiosity was aroused. And so I reached over and I grabbed that box again, and I'm sitting there on my bed and I'm holding this box, and I open it again. Again, I pull out this black balloon. However, this time I realized that there was a small note with that balloon. I pulled out the note and I read it, and it explained that this balloon was a metaphor for my friend. He explained that this balloon at some point was most likely inflated and flying high, but due to some experience, it's now been deflated. It no longer can fly. He went on to explain that the average person walking down the street, if they saw that balloon lying on the street, would either 1, just continue to walk and ignore it, or 2, if they were a good citizen, they'd bend down, pick it up, and throw it away. However, he had to point out the fact that I am not the average citizen, not the average person in general at all. Rather, I took the time to bend down, to pick up that balloon, to blow it up again, to fill it again, to allow it to fly again. He pointed out that through simple acts of kindness, this is what I did for him. Through simple acts of caring, such as saying, "Great job on the stage tonight, Ari. Well done, you look fabulous." Through simple acts of caring like this, I was able to blow him up again, and he was able to, in his words, soar higher than ever before. Through these simple acts of caring. It also encouraged him to do the same for those around him, to encourage them, to strengthen their confidence. Hopefully this message has done the same for you with those that are around you in your daily life. In conclusion, I want to share with you a quote. It's from John C. Maxwell. It's a very simple quote. However, I want you to take this quote, and I want you to think about it for a few minutes. Think about the quote. Think about what it means to you, and think about how you can apply it to your life and your leadership. Think of the impact it can have. This quote, "People do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. Again, people don't care how much you can know. You can have these higher world's wisdom. You could be as intelligent as Aristotle, Socrates, Einstein. However, they don't care unless they know that you care for them. And once they do know that you care for them, they can fly higher than ever before. People don't know. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Thank you.